This is CBMT Channel 6 Montreal, and it is time now for the Sunday Night News for this Sunday night, November 4th, 1979. Good evening, everybody. I'm Peter Wiggins. Here's what's happening. In Tehran, Iran, Muslim students battled U.S. Marines for 3 hours and seized the U.S. Embassy yesterday, taking at least 50 Americans hostage today to press demands that the deposed Shah be extradited to Iran to face Islamic justice. About 450 Muslim youths who said they had detected approval from Ayatollah Khamenei stormed the embassy at 2 a.m. Montreal time and fought with embassy personnel for 3 hours, press report said. "We shall not give up the hostages unless the Shah is given to us." One of the student spokesmen told the few reporters allowed into the compound. "So long as we're here, the embassy will remain closed," he said. The students claimed to have seized some 90 American men, women, and children, and another 10 Iranians. However, the U.S. State Department in Washington said there were probably only 59 American hostages, but we can't be precise. The students claim that the spokesman said American Marine Guards armed with sophisticated weapons and tear gas are assisted at our event. We were armed only with the cold weapons clubs. Nobody carried any firearms. The State Department said there was no indication that the Americans were hurt. A special task force headed by Assistant Secretary of State Harold Saunders was set up to handle the matter. Revolutionary Guards at the DMC gates did not try to intervene during the attack, which came tens and thousands of people much fat the streets of the Iranian capital on the first anniversary of the shooting of students by the Shah's security forces at Tehran University. And New York, a group of Iranian demonstrators handcuffed themselves to the Statue of Liberty's ground yesterday and draped a 20-foot banner from the armed demanding the Shah Mohammad Reza Pahlavi to return to trial to Iran. 7 of the protesters were later arrested. The Shah's in a New York hospital recovering from a gallbladder surgery. Doctors have said he will need at least 18 months of chemotherapy to fight the spread of cancer for his lymph system. A spokesman for the Shah said the name was being kept informed of the embassy takeover, but would have no comment. The embassy takeover climaxed a week of bitter attacks on the United States by the Khamenei on Thursday. Milton shouted in front of the Cummels, "This house of the spies must be closed." A year ago, the United States attacked the House of Islam and outward as given the Shah sanctuary. A woman shouted over the loudspeaker, "This is why we have taken over the embassy." She said the American hostages have been treated well according to Islamic rules. The spokesman for the students said Khamenei's office in Guam had contacted the group and did not oppose our action. He said experts assembly currently processing in Iran and New Islamic Revolution has passed a special motion approving the action. Asked what will happen to the hostages and if the Shah is not returned to Iran, the spokesman replied, "We'll come to that later. One occupation is that the building reflects the popular demands." State Department spokesman George Sherman said embassy charged the affairs. Bristol engine will not end the compound during the attack and has been in constant contact with Iranian officials. Steinberg stores are open again today and tomorrow after the company striking clerks and cashiers voted tonight to defy their negotiation committee accord and accept the company's latest contract offer and return to work. Retail staff at Quebec's biggest supermarket chain has been off their job since Thursday morning. The move forced most Steinberg stores at 160 and 160 outlets in the greater Montreal region to remain closed for 3 days, during which the bulk of the chain's business is done each week. Despite the 3-day work stoppage, the store shelves will be well stocked tomorrow and will be business as usual, Steinberg officials said tonight. One union official said it would be noon before perishables such as produce and meat and dairy products will be available. "It's a possibility," said the store official, "but judging from the past experience of why the doors open, everything would be ready," by voting 59% in favor of returning to work. The retail workers in the local firemen and women, the Commerce Employers Union, which represents 6,500 Steinberg clerks and cashiers in the greater Montreal area, stores defied the recommendation that the negotiation committee that they reject the company offer almost half of the local members attended yesterday's meeting held at a Laval Recreation Center to be here. Union negotiator Pierre Laramie explaining that the terms of the company latest offer to vote on it. On a new 2-year contract, voters will save their pay increase of $30 a week each year. This adds to the 14% of a 40% salary increase in the first year. Whereas in the second, the average Steinberg worker currently earns about $275, and a new contract, which will be retroactive to September 24th, in the work week will be reduced to $38 from $39. On August 24, 2019, will be further cut to 37 hours. Union asked for a $35 weekly pay hike each year, and then one of the 37-hour work in place in 1980. Local President Thomas Kukovic told members at yesterday's meeting and today that Steinberg's latest offer contained apparent gains over a previous offer rejected on October 27th meeting where members gave their unanimous direct mandate.
Sad to say, but baseball season is history.
The only votes were fine were among the middle class sports also cabinet and second and extra book. Point to the departure which continues in tomorrow's Gazette. Tomorrow's installment has camped on the spring federal elections campaign trail. And he has harsh words for Pierre Trudeau in his own progressive conservative party. Greensboro, North Carolina. Police yesterday and today denied the claims by a black set of 40s did not doing enough to prevent a gun battle between the Ku Klux Klan and anti-Klan demonstrators that left 4 people to dead on Saturday afternoon. And in my very honest opinion, I think we could have the 82nd Airborne and everything that still could have gotten some shots off Senator Hewitt Lovelace, Greensboro Police Public Safety Director, in a reference to the elite Army Strike Force stationed just 98 miles away. 13 Klansmen were held on murder and conspiracy charges stemming from a shootout in police. Said they were seeking a 14-person white fired on an integral crowd, about 50 people gathered them for a march sponsored by the Workers' Viewpoint organization, a New York-based scum ministry group that had openly taunted the Klan as one of the most treacherous scum elements in the produced. In Ottawa, Prime Minister Joe Clark calls for a federal provincial conference for plans within the next week to hammer out the final details of an energy plan for the country in 1980s. The 7 News learned this weekend. According to the sources close to the Prime Minister, at First Minister's meeting in Ottawa next Monday and Tuesday will be presented with a basic outline with a comprehensive energy package that will, among other things, spell out how much Canadians will pay for Western oil in the immediate future. The package, as it stands in the moment, it includes both good and bad news. The bad news in Alberta will get its ways to secure the national common too. Sharply includes the price of Western crude from the present 13 3/4 a barrel just below the current world's price about $24. The good news is that the first big increase under a new price schedule that the Clark government will absolutely be adopted. The conference will not go into effect on July 1st and will not be felt by consumers until September 1st because of a 60-day pass-through period that allow oil companies to.
As Mayor Marty Walsh will expand.
The bleeding stocks the July increase will be likely be $3, so it will be additional $1 increase to be imposed next January. Each $1 barrel increase puts the price of gasoline or home heating oil up 3 cents. Details on how the extra money obtained from the higher price will be split among Ottawa. The producers and provinces and the oil companies are not within negotiation meeting, but the federal government will be pushing for a split. Will be handled on half of the $3 July increase under the current rules, and half under the new rules that will be recycled cash to encourage exploration. Under existing rules, 45% and then the money goes to the producing province, then 45% and goes to the oil companies, and the 10% goes to the federal government. The details of how the government would recycle half of the extra cash that available. Federal officials say that they also subject the negotiation, but it's clear that federal government will be looking for some mechanism that will convince the public that the cash is going to the company oil exploration efforts, not in that oil company shareholders' pockets. Also, open the negotiation at the conference will be about an increase beyond 1980. Herbert Marks said yesterday that he expects to play a key role in the amendment out to the Quebec Liberal Party's constitutional sense now that has virtually been ensured a National Assembly seat. Speaking to his supporters and mostly in English with some French and a little Yiddish mixed in, Marks recently won the Liberal Party nomination for the D.R.C. McGee Constitutional Writing Association, moving to Riker School. Tomorrow the party Quebec will name its writing candidate. The predominantly English writing which includes most of the city's Jewish population was won by more than 25,000 votes for the last election by Dr. Victor Cosmoman is the commander say liberal seat. The political Bloomberg resigned into the seat recently after 11 years in the National Assembly to take over the presidency of the Canadian Council of Christian Jews. While Quebec Liberal leader Claude Ryan stood beaming beside him on the podium after the vote, Marks told reporters that he expects to play a significant role in the constitutional sense to be made public by Liberals in about a month. Marks' voice on city puts a few restrictions for attending English language schools and a renewed emphasis on civil liberties. He also played a key role in criticizing the Quebec government's proposals on Sovereignty Association tabled last week in the National Assembly. There are two main issues facing us today. Marks said it earlier during this speech to be discreet about this. First, we must fight and keep Quebec in Canada. The second issue is the broad civil liberties question. I fight for civil liberties when I fight for the rights of that. There were several political upsets last night and tonight by most of common mayors, including Paul. Mayor says second in month returning the office as a resident voted 1,075 Quebec municipalities. In St. Bruno, Businessman Marcel delighted in a newly the former party pulled an upset over Mayor Sergi Days. Total got 5,309 votes to 1,085. The municipality looked Hillary in 5 over 4 days when he's had criticized for expensive spending proposals during 4 years in office. There was another screaming surprise in South Shore Chumley where Jerry Dusordi, 53, a member of the well-known Dusordi construction family, was defeated in his bid for the second to determine his mayor by his man George Flores.
The team gets a draft pick for every player who signs with another team.
300,000 all, just me, Professor. Howard Pauling easily wins the convention and from Manor to NDB and meet Europe firstly.
1 year, $14 million. Napoli will not take 1 year, but the Red Sox might be scrambling in the next 5 or 6 days to give him a multi-year deal. Now they don't give Salty a 14.1 deal because he made $4.5 million last year. They'd like to keep him around, but not at that amount of money. So it's 7 days to say yay or nay for those who get the offers.
Really, with all of our free agents, there's interest in every one of them. I also think it's unlikely that every one of them will.
Okay, on to the sports here.
Just the nature of the game is difficult to.
It was Montreal over Hamilton 41-20 and Calgary defeating Saskatchewan here.
Some things are going to be out of our control this offseason that could change.
NFL scores was Cleveland 24, Philadelphia 19, Dallas 16, New York Giants 14, New England 26, Buffalo 6, Atlanta 17, Tampa Bay 14, Pittsburgh 3, Washington 7, Baltimore 38, Cincinnati 28, St. Louis 37, Minnesota 7, San Diego 20, Kansas City 14, Chicago 35, Detroit 7, Los Angeles 24, Seattle nothing, Denver 10, New Orleans 3, New York Jets 27, Green Bay 22, Oakland 23, San Francisco 10.
Trying to explain Obamacare to host the Stanley Cup champion Chicago Blackhawks from his hometown. The only Chicago team that has their sniff of visiting the White House in the foreseeable future.
NHL scores was New York Islanders 4, Winnipeg 4, Philadelphia 3, Buffalo 1, Quebec 5, Detroit 1, Los Angeles 5, Chicago 2, and Boston 2, Edmonton 1.
To congratulate, and hopefully there's a chance somewhere around the opening day next year when we open up in Baltimore that we might be able to swing by as a group and say hello.
Wonder if Celtics coach Brad Stevens would like to take a mulligan at his decision to leave Butler and coach the Celtics. This is like watching a pickup game at the Cambridge YMCA.
CBMT TV News Time, 11:32, and I'll have the weather report after this commercial break. At Montreal Chrysler Plymouth, get this 1980 Valkyrie at $5,979, two-door door or four-door automatic transmission, power steering, right side wall, flex wheel cover, body side stripes, and wheel lip molding. Transportation.
Yes, he did. It just got a tasket. He threw it.
Preparation indicated time quality dealer at Montreal Chrysler Plymouth at 6100 DeCarry Boulevard at Van Horn in Montreal. Quality dealer 731-3701.
So poorly. Thanks for ending on a high note like that.
Man, yeah. So when it's chilly in the morning, it's 26 right now. It'll be similar to that. Colder in the morning, about the same as it is now.
Bundle up.
Thanks for making News Center 5 and 11 Boston's most watched.
Okay, now another weather here for Montreal, Ottawa, and the Eastern Townships. Today's forecast for tomorrow.
Introducing new.
Okay, on to the weather for Montreal, Ottawa, and the Eastern Townships. Tomorrow's forecast for variable cloudiness this afternoon, overnight low near 0.
Now with Storm News.
The high tomorrow will be 7 outlook for Tuesday, cloudy.
Storm Team 5, 7 days.
Pinpoint which days you need to know the most about.
Storm Team 5, local focus. Zero in on your
Right now, our current conditions at
more precision forecasting tools in the most
11 o'clock on the Sunday night, November 3rd, 1979, with the temperature 2 Celsius with a dew point of.
Talking about the gut, can cutting out certain foods alleviate pain and bloating? Learn about high-tech screening tests and new treatments for common digestive disorders. WCBD.com.
Humidity 75%, barometer pressure 30.37 inches, visibility 50 miles. And that's coming for the CBMT Channel 6 Sunday Night News Report in Montreal on this November 4th, 1979. And Sunday night, Pierce here. Good night, and see you tomorrow. Good night.